Evening all. What's going on here then?
Sound like Constable seeds.
Nice weather. It is 21 degrees Celsius, which is 70 degrees in American money. So it's quite nice. No wind. Actually, at 70 degrees, if it would be wind, we'd be cold, wouldn't we?
Yep.
Just having an evening coffee after enjoying an enormous roll, which we managed to eat because we've just been to the dentist today. Dun, dun, dun. Is there anything to fear at the dentist?
Yes.
Only the cost. Now, my wife doesn't particularly like, you see I noticed I threw an extra vowel in there, particularly, like dentists. Why don't you like dentists?
I don't like it. I've got a low threshold to pain. I do not like to feel my nerve being hit or my gum. I just don't like to feel any pain.
It's a bit like the bottom of YouTube. Every now and then there's an extraction required. Someone needs filling in. Just saying. Yeah, I just had a filling on a bottom tooth.
I'm lucky I don't have to have a lot done. I've only got one more filling.
Yes.
And I have one filling that is old that needs redoing, only because I have silver in my mouth. That's how old the filling is.
We found it by using the metal detector.
Yeah, and that's the only reason he's changing it. And you?
I've got a filling that's been in there since I think 1820.
Yeah.
What's happened in one of the teeth, it's sort of, they call it cracking or whatever. So he's got to go in there with a toothpick or mining license and dig out the old one, structure the tooth, and then put a crown on, which I believe is more than $1.50.
Is that the root canal?
No, that's the second bit. I've also got a root canal that I already had started that he's got to do the next stage. So, yeah, bread and jam for 2 years now. I have to go into the dentist. My God, they're expensive. We both had a filling today and just shy of about $700 for one filling each. Yes. Quite expensive. If someone's in here chatting and I've missed you, I apologise. Good evening, good morning to you. This is the tooth edition of a live broadcast. It was funny actually. My mistake, we drove downtown yesterday. You get into a dentist quite quickly here, but I phoned up and I booked us to go into the dentist, and we went to this dentist place, which I thought I'd phoned. Walked in, and after much confusion and the lady saying, "I don't know you people," we realised that I had made the mistake and it was actually a dentist around the corner. So, after swallowing my pride and saying that, yeah, I probably buggered up, went round the corner, got straight in. Every time you go to a new dentist, of course, they want to do x-rays and, you know, basically pry open your wallet just a little bit further. Yeah, he's got a bit of money in there, we'll get that. So we're both lucky, went in at one after the other and got a procedure done each as far as the filling. Then I've got to go back and get several other things done, which if you don't go to a dentist for a while is what happens, let's be honest, but not the end of the world. I mean, if there are any of the Americans in here, or North Americans, or Europeans, or English, what does it cost to get one filling? I had the filling done on my right hand bottom jaw. Let me just have a quick feel. Yeah, about the first big molar from your front teeth to the right, this first one. That was $350. That's right, $350. We have free health in this country. Dentistry, we don't. You can get private insurance and all these sort of things, but Yeah, we just don't. I don't like paying insurance companies. So when we have to go to a dentist, we pay the top dollar. What else did we do today? We booked a hotel
In England.
in England for our first 3 days, just to get us started. Nice little place.
So you better promote your book signing tour.
Yeah, all those that are here that I will be visiting in the United Kingdom and Germany.
The thousands of fans watching.
Well, I don't know if it's thousands, it could be tens of thousands.
Oh, I think you could make up.
Could I be an international superstar?
Hey, JP.
Ah. We watched your video today.
Hi, Jojo.
Hello, Jojo. I can't read any of that, so you'll have to be the correspondent.
I see it is on. That means I missed that. I'm not on my computer, guys, so type a bit slower. So
Yeah,
I
what's
can
that?
read the messages.
Watched your video, JP.
Yes.
Nice little cabin. Must have been... Where did you land in Scotland for you to actually to get a cabin? I mean, if you're just going across the bay, it's not that long. Or do you tire easily? Oh, I'm JP, I'm tired. Fuck, get me a cabin. Is this a captain's cabin? He broke into it, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bulletin in the Irish Times about someone breaking into the captain's cabin. But I'm not going to mention any names. Kelly Gang doesn't do that. You know,
Yeah,
need Kelly Gang.
So we'll have to do a promotional of Seed's book signing tour
Yep.
of England. Where we're going?
Ireland,
Manchester,
Scotland,
Ireland,
Wales.
Scotland, Wales.
I'll be doing a book signing. All you need to do is, of course, bring whatever book you like.
Yeah, bring your own
And
book.
then I'm going to doodle
and
in
pen. And pen.
it. Yeah, I'm lazy. Bring a pen.
It's only 3 hours, I think. We did it for the experience. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think I spoke to you before. You've been on a boat cruiser, haven't you, within Australia or, you know, out to the Pacific? I can hardly read that, mate. Why? Because I've got old eyes. I'm going to turn the camera around a bit to me. You can have a look at the chicken. Yeah, we've done cruise. They're brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. I would always tell people, if you're going to go on a cruise, do a 3 or 4 day one first. You know, it's nothing to do with your sea legs. It's just that you're in a different environment. And if you like it, well, go and do a 20, 30 day one. But 3, 4, 5 days, that's cool. There's always good entertainment on board. Really good value, mate. You can't, I mean, we went on a cruise from Perth to Esperance, I think, and back. I think it was Esperance. Yeah, it was. I think that was only 4 days. 4 days? Was that 5 days or 4 days? 4 days on the boat, wasn't it? We did the last one.
Yeah, if you turn it around so you can read it.
I have, so I can read the bloody thing now.
Well, you might have to turn it up.
That's all right. I'll put it there so you can have a bit of a
it's
gander
all right.
as well. No.
I've got to wait for William.
Is he coming in now, is he?
Well, he will be in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, but definitely give it a go, mate. I think, like staying in a moderate hotel anywhere, well, in Sydney, Perth, 200, 250 a night, that would be normal. That won't get you a lot. It'll get you a nice room. On board a boat, you're paying about the same. You know what I mean? I think our 4-night cruise is only, we had a balcony because we had a couple of quiet cigarettes. We're not supposed to, so don't tell anyone. Overlooking the ocean, that was good, and nice, fairly good sized room. I think that was about 800 each, so $200 a night each. Entertainment was pretty good. And you know my west coast, John, is a little bit rougher than your east coast. So I thought it was okay. Every now and then the wife looked a little bit green. I just stand back about 10 feet till she looked like she was settling down. I'll ask the missus when she comes back what she takes, but she takes all sorts of stuff. There's one thing called Travel Calm. I don't take anything like that. G'day, Tribe. How you going, mate? Yeah, she takes Travel Calm. I know, particularly when we fly. I think all this is placebo stuff myself, to be honest. Ah, people take it. And something to do with ginger or something. She'll tell me when she gets back here. She's just checking on one of the grandkids rocking up. But I find that if you're going to go on a boat cruise, you'll be surprised at good value you get for sure. Hello, she's on the master computer now. You know why she's doing that? Because she can't read on my little phone. I can hardly read on my little phone. Ginger. What is that ginger stuff you use? What's that ginger stuff you use, love? It's a tablet, I think. You get on board too, JP, most of them in Australia, you'll get 3 or 4 pretty good restaurants that serve up pretty good food. You got, you know, the smorgasbords anytime you like. And then there's 3 or 4 flashy restaurants, you know, like a named cook who does the food on board, blah, 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 like a Neil Perry thing or something like that. But the food was pretty good. And the good thing about going on a cruise is most people are kicking back and relaxing, and you get to meet some people. Yeah, I used to run boat charters up in the Abrolhos, north of Perth near Geraldton. Did that for years. Pretty rough seas. It's what you're used to, I suppose. I told the story once where we had a group of about 8 or 9 university graduates coming up to celebrate. They wanted to go to the islands and fish. One of the girls they've been talking to all night, she was just panic. She felt seasick on the wharf. So we stayed in dock. We leave about 5:36 in the morning. So I stayed on the dock with her and we made her a cup of tea. And after about 20 minutes, she said, "No, you're not going." She just kept looking at the boat and nearly vomiting. I said, "You're on dry land. Where we're going, you're not going to be happy." But and you'd often get people standing on the bow as you're leaving the harbour, and they're looking at the dolphins and the sun coming up, and they go, "Oh, water's flat." And one of the girls came up to me one day, and this is true. We're going out, and it was like a mill pond, seriously. And she looked at me and said, "Is it always this rough?" I said, "You kidding?" Or she said, no, it looks like it's going to be a little bit rough. I said, "It's a mill pond. It's flat." I said, "Yes, we'll probably encounter seas 8-10 feet high, normal. We'll get a swell, and the breeze in the afternoon, it'll get a bit rugged." I think she didn't move from the side of the gunwale all day, white knuckling for about 20 hours. I think you can see my point. A lot of people will actually put themselves into a bit of a stew before they actually do something, like bungee jumping or something like that. Yeah, there's the kick-on effect, JP. You know, when one person's sick on board, got 20 people looking at it. You know, they're looking at it thinking, "I'm good, I'm good." Suddenly there's 9 being sick, not seasick. It's just the involuntary action of people watching people being sick. I had a Dickie, an old bloke. He was brilliant. He'd just go around and start hosing. "You all right, love?" Wash your feet. "Yeah, just lift your foot up." "Oh, yeah, carrots again last night by the look at that." And I'm a bit of a wag, but he was very, very funny. And we'd have a good day and get the barbie going in the afternoon, T-bones, rump, fillet. Always feed people well. Take heaps of bread with you. You'd know that, JP. When you go out in the ocean, take a heap of bread. It just is one of them things that sort of quells people. I don't know why, but it does. We went out off the Abrolhos once for a specific cruise. There was about 10 people, I think. They're ex-Vietnam vets, actually. And they wanted to go out for the day. And I said, "You guys aren't going to fish, are you?" They said, "One of us will put a line in." They just want to sit around and cruise around the islands. But one of the guys' wives had come along with him, and she was fine until about 2 in the afternoon. We're about to head back, and she was just the worst seasick I've ever seen in my life. Just convulsions. And as an old trick, we just lowered her down off the wharf into the water. And then she was panicking about sharks. So 3 or 4 of us got in with her and said, "No, it's all good." And as soon as you put people in water, it just like inertia, it just sort of, it stops that feeling. So we pulled her out a couple of times, put her back. And I don't know what her husband gave her, but it was a tablet or 2. I think she flew back. across the top like a flying fish. But she was good on the way back. But yeah, seasickness or travel sickness, if you like. Don't want to argue with anyone, but I think most of it's in your head. I'm sure there's a reality to it, a physiology. But like I say, if one person's sick on board, half a dozen will follow, and they're not actually seasick. Sun's disappearing for another fine day on the west coast. I don't know what time it is now. It must be about, I'm guessing 7:30. What time is it there, JP? 10:30? See, the missus is inside now. I'm at the back. Yeah, it is, see? 7:30. 7:26. That's a pretty good guess. But the nights are getting cooler, which is good. It's getting... well, we've got a couple of bigger days coming up. I don't know how it's getting with you, JP, but we're looking at, I think, Monday and Tuesday next week, about 38, 39. But that'll be about it. You know, it's done then. Summer's gone. Certainly wouldn't wish any of our northern people from the northern hemisphere coming out here. Hello, Carolyn. Coming out here in summer. Get me grandson here, so just keep yourself amused for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll go back to some.
Yeah, so are they here now?
I just need to open the side gate.
Oh, right.
Just half the gate to get the bike in.
No worries. Just gonna open the gate, guys. Keep yourself amused. A push bike. You want me to put it in the laundry? I'll just put it in the laundry. No one's answering me. Yeah, no, leave it in the laundry.
Is the light screaming? Show
Yeah.
Penny.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that.
I'll turn on the outside light, okay? Don't put it down.
Righto. Pretty sure you should be able to see the little one. Say hello. Who's that? Who's that? Put you down and turn the camera around, shall we? Just a sec. There you go. Woohoo! This is a German Shepherd. that has been basically not well brought up and it's not been fed well. It's only about 9 inches long. What you doing? You want to go running around, don't you? That's what you want to do. Better put you back inside. Say good boy, everyone. Boy. Yeah, she wants to go for a bit of a run.
Did you say hello?
I said German Shepherd, but I could have been wrong.
No, it's a miniature Rottweiler.
Oh, that's what this is.
Mwah, mwah,
It's a Rottweiler donkey cross.
You say hello, Penny. Look there. Say, Penny. Look, Penny.
What's that? What's that?
Sit.
What is
Sit.
it?
Good girl.
Oh, she wants to go bolting around the backyard.
I'll turn the light off again.
Yeah, if you like.
Hi, Shauna. I'll ignore them for a bit. I'm sitting with them.
He said, come back, you can see down your top.
Oh, who was that?
Who do you think?
JP.
Yeah.
We're telling private chat. Private.
Oh, yeah, no,
after
private.
hours.
Pay as you go, mate.
You've got a light there anyway.
Got a light.
There, that little light.
No, that's good. Taking a look at me in the twilight. She's not interested. You talking about the dog or the wife? Now, one of the grandkids has just rocked up. I had to push his push bike around the bag open to go and put it in the laundry. Oh, the puppy. No, she was more interested in going for a bolt around the back paddock. Because she, you know what dogs are like. They want to sniff everything. Some Boit members are a bit like that. Sniffing here, sniffing there. Do you want to do that funny voice a bit louder? Do that funny voice a bit louder, Em, and I'll get you on the live stream. That's my daughter, the actress. Our snakes are worried there. No, I've never seen a snake worried, JP. Seen lots of them. Had a good day, went to the dentist, Shauna. We've actually had very few snakes running around this year, but we've got a lot of snakes here. Went to the dentist, ended up giving one of my kidneys as part payment. Very expensive here for a dentist. But you can basically rock off the street, get something done pretty much straight away here. Dave Emac? Will they attack the dog? No, it's usually the other way around, Shauna. The dogs, a few dogs each year die. I mean, we lose a couple of people each year. Yeah, redbacks are common here, more so here than over there, JP, as I've lived in both places, I can tell you. We also get the house black spider, another one about an inch across. You can hear them go across the carpet. They seem to be clipping their claws as they go across. They can be an infestation at times. Yeah, the dogs will attack snakes, and then on occasions, of course, the snake will get a bite in. And we've got about 8 of the 9 most deadliest snakes in the world. Main ones here: king brown, dugite, tiger, snake, not tiger. Quite a few others. Bandies. What's the redback? Spider. Shauna? It's usually a... What's the best one? You know the funnel web. Do you know what a funnel web looks like? It's slightly different shape. It's got a big red patch on its ass. And the big ones are the females, and the little ones are like Melton John. You know, scrawny, tiny little fucking things of insectivorous. But yeah, so it's pretty much throughout the spider family. You know, you'll have big females and small males. What if they call big spider obese? Bike's in the laundry, Em. It's in the laundry. Haven't you got one of them bike locks? You know.
We don't know.
Oh, they have though.
Yeah, Mark's got to drop one off.
Yeah, drop one off in the morning, and you can strap it to a bike rack at the school. Actually, VMAC, you may be surprised. Out in the bush, I'm pretty sure it's Burke, isn't it, JP? Where they have a... It's just gone, actually. It's usually in the middle of the summer. They have an Elvis festival. And all of them get on the train in Sydney, hundreds of Elvises, and head to the desert. I kid you not. Is it Burke? It's not Dubbo, is it? Yeah. What's one of them spraying through the house cost there, mate? I mean, here it's 350 to 400 to get your house sprayed for spiders. Yeah, Dubbo. You all get on the train in Sydney and they rock out to Dubbo, which has one of the best old country pubs I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, it's sort of middle of nowhere, but that's where they go. And I'm not kidding you, hundreds of Elvises. If you're at your computer, which you should be, Google Dubbo Elvis and the rest will follow. Oh yeah, some of these guys are brilliant. Very, very good. A lot of them go for the fun though, VMAC, you know. They rock up out there, all different shapes and sizes, just have a good, I think it's a week. I think they have a week of it out there. Nearly went once, but I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, so I couldn't go. Carpenter bees. Yeah, no, we get, it's like everywhere in Australia, the cities have got bigger and bigger and bigger. And generally, you know, you get some lady screaming down the road because what happens, because you've got fences everywhere, the snakes get caught in there and they'll find them in the pool, eating the dog or cat food out the back. And most people kill them, but you can actually phone up people and they'll come around and pick up the snake, put it in a bag, and throw it over to the neighbour's place. No, they'll take it away in the bush. But you see them on the roads, usually, particularly king browns and dugites in Western Australia. You'll be driving down the road and you'll see something about, you know, a couple hundred yards, mate, you're doing 70 mile an hour, and the bloody thing stand up on its tail. You've actually hit it right in the middle with your bonnet, and hits the windscreen and flies over. And I've done it 3 or 4 times where you don't have a chance of stopping, and you turn around, they disappear. Then you start thinking about that movie about snakes on board a plane. Tentatively gets out at the next 100k top up, look underneath, nothing there. I'm pretty sure you just flick them and they go way off into the bush anyway. At 70 mile an hour, they're definitely going to break a leg, let's be honest. What's wrong with you, mate? Oh, actually, there's a funny thing. It's only in New South Wales, I kid you not, JP. You know, there are big signs, and in the edge of Victoria, they've got a couple as well. In the eastern states of Australia, they have signs on the side of the road about every 10 kilometres that say, injured animals, please call 1-800 something or other. It's like, what, fucking kangaroos are going to carry around a mobile phone in their pouch? Oh, fuck, my leg's broken. Oh, jeez. Hello? Yeah? Yeah, I'm not in a good way, mate. It always makes me laugh. Always makes me laugh. Injured animals call 1-800. And most people that hit a kangaroo don't call. They just say, you bastard, there goes my front fender. Headlights gone, cracked windscreen. But yeah, injured animals, call this number. Really? It's only over east, a bit different over east. JP is an example, if you know what I'm saying. And they talk funny. Yeah, wombats can get big. We get them big here. Geez, they look like bloody... Best way to describe a wombat for anyone else would be a staffy, a big staffy. Not a little staffy, that's the sort of shape of real sort of little mean bastards. Weighing about 40, 50 kilo. Hits your car, not nice. And they don't move that quick. Well, they do after you hit them. Actually, they start flying. Brief entertainment in their life, just before their eyes close for the last time. I'm flying. Anyway, just popped on for a second to say good day. Footy training over there. I should be going over there. No, done all my training I ever want to do again. So I shall leave you, good people. I want you to have a good day, a good evening. Yeah, they put you in a fucking arm lock. In Florida, the cockroaches will rob you if you're not be careful. Tell you what we have got on the coast up and down on my state. We've got what we call these wooded cockies, and they're big buggers. They're 3 or 4 inches long, and they've got white bands on them all the way down. And when I used to camp in the bush, we used to just take a swag, which is basically a blanket, and you'd often wake up and go for a leak early in the morning, and then come back to your bag and notice that all around your outline of your body, all these cockroaches for your body heat. That's what they used to do. Never used to bite you, which was good. But cockroaches in general, yeah. Not sure. You know, it's like, would you put things in room 101? Well, there's a few people on Boyd I'd put in room 101. But cockroaches, would you put them in there along with flies, mosquitoes? Had a choice to take these things off the planet. What would it be? What would you put in room 101 if you had a choice, you know, between flies, cockroaches, or wasps, or whatever is your life? What would you like to put in that room? I mean, if I asked you about Boyd members, the chat would go crazy. There'd be 150 names minimum going in there. I think if I had a choice of putting an insect in room 101, I can put up with flies. Cockroaches, don't really bother me. But those big bloody wasps, in Australia they're about 4 or 5 inches long. They are nasty, nasty little things. Well, big things. I think I'd put them in room 101. Get rid of the bloody monster wasps that we have. We get little wasps, but these things are like hornets, I suppose you call them in the US. And they really hurt kids when they sting them. Particularly, you know, they're one of those type of wasps that comes around the swimming pool. And all of a sudden there's a panic on because they're hovering around your head. You got a little 2 or 3 year old kid in there, you run around very quickly. 15 love. Net. Yeah, I think I'd get rid of wasps. That would be my target, for sure. So very briefly, because I'm not always on YouTube, what's been happening today? Is peace befalling the neighbourhood? Yeah, bad mistake. I found that, I still do it, you just mix up kerosene and water 50-50 and you spray it on the hard outer side of the wasp's nest. It permeates and you can watch them about 2 or 3 days later, they're actually pulling the larvae out and they're flying elsewhere. So there's a little trick for you, half kerosene, half water in one of them squeezies and just wet all the outside of a wasp nest, as long as there's not wasps attacking you, and it slowly permeates. The petroleum in there and oil eventually gets in there and the wasp moves its little larva and takes them away. What it does, it actually builds something very quickly, like 1 or 2 little holes to stick in a couple of larvae, comes back, but it takes them away from your house. And then after about a week I'll spray it heavily again, and about a month later I'll just get the big shovel and go, boof, gone. Yeah, no, I don't, it just, look, I mean, I suppose the best way to describe the bottom of YouTube, it's the same shit on a different day. Yeah, just you know, if you can't get too close, you know, put it on the long nozzle, JP. And like I say, it pisses them off. That's what it does. You're deterring them. And eventually they bugger off. Don't knock, if you ever see a wasp's nest on the side of a house or underneath a house, don't knock it off. Spray it with what I'm saying. And then they'll eventually move. And you leave it for 5-6 months and then go back and knock it off and you'll just have an empty husk. Anyway, that's the Hornets Guide to the Galaxy. If you would like to all lay back, put the towel under your knees and rest your head back. We're about to go into hyperwarp. So until next time, hello, JP's gone. There's Rosie and Ovis and same shit. Alright people, along with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I wish